We are being like.
And
The funny thing is, I can't see anything.
we are live. Hello,
I hear we're live.
we are.
Yes, we are. I am looking at us. So hi. Hi, everybody. We're live. And I'm Darrell Lamont Jenkins.
Beth Foster.
And we have a special guest in the building, or in his building, or on this home, whatever you want to call it. He is the author of this book that you cannot see because I'm using the. It's called Antifascist. A memoir. You're gonna have to say it because the stroke is not letting me read.
Happy. It's called Antifascist, a memoir of the Portland Uprising 2016 to 2020. And just let me say, I'm really happy to be here with my friends. And Beth is the editor of my book. And I've never been called OG before. So, yay!
But you see, this is the important thing to remember. The reason why we call this anti-fascism OG is because we want to make sure that as we're going forward, we got to have that OG mentality. We can't be doing, I mean, it works a little bit when you're trying to do things a new way, like an 0.0 or 2.0 kind of thing or whatever. But sometimes you got to be OG about this. And when I say OG, I'm talking about from the very first time anti-fascists hit the scene in the 20s to ARA to the Baldies.
Wherever there have been fascists, there have been anti-fascists.
Yes, indeed.
Amen.
So we want people to have that attitude, but of course, having that attitude will scare a lot of people, and that's what they want to do, is use us as a boogeyman. So be it.
I'm no boogeyman. You a boogeyman?
I'm a boogeyman.
I'm really sorry. I have a crazy dog here. I'm gonna have to step outside.
That's fine. That's fine. So this is we should say this is Luis Enrique Marquez. We didn't say his name earlier, so we just want to make sure we all got that. He's based out of Portland, Oregon, and he's, like I said, OG. He's been around for a long time. He's been and basically we're talking about a book that goes on about the things that was going on over the past 4 years, not 4 years, but 4 years, the first Trump era. But the thing is, it wasn't about Trump, really, in Portland. It was about some fascists that think that it was going to come from, let's be real, Vancouver, Washington, to try to start some nonsense in Portland. They thought that they could basically take over Portland. I want to say something right quick about that time. A couple of years ago, I was on 2020, the TV show, the news show on ABC, and I was being interviewed by Tom Yamas, and at the time that we was interviewing, I was telling him that I expect things to get worse. Things are going to be bad, and just trying to get people to understand that we are in some sort of really crazy times. And this was in October of 2017. To be exact, while we were having that interview, while he was interviewing me, Jeremy Christian was killing people on a train. At that time, we didn't know it. We did not know that was going down. And for those who don't know, I'm gonna let Luis explain exactly who Jeremy Christian is, because really he, for most part, would you say Luis, that for everybody, he was the guy that really kicked it off. Everybody started really. Do you think that was like one of the first things that happened in or would you say there was a lead up?
We didn't know that was going to happen clearly. We had seen Jeremy Christian. So just let me back up a little bit. For people that don't know, Jeremy Christensen was a man. And he was riding the Max one day, which is the light rail train here in Portland, and he was harassing two young Muslim girls. One of them was 14 years old. Just nonstop berating them. Three people stood up. Two of them lost their lives. When they confronted Mr. Christensen and tried to get him off the train, he stabbed all three of them in the neck. Two of them died there. One of them lived. But for those of us that were in Portland and fighting Proud Boys, it felt like that was like a murder was coming, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't the first murders we saw during those years. But we knew then, as we know now, that we have to fight stronger, harder, and be the last one standing.
And ultimately, that's what the book really touches on when it comes, not even touches on, it delves into why we have to, because this is one of the first, if not the only, books that was coming from a anti-fascist, Antifa perspective by somebody who was definitely in the field, in those streets at the time. And that's one of the reasons why I think that this is an important book for everybody. And like Louise said, Beth is one of the editor of the book.
Only editor, sir, not one, the only. And Beth is the best editor.
I'll let you.
Thank you, Luis. I had to mute myself. I have some very angry dogs. They have to be in their crates right now. It was a pleasure.
What's with y'all and dogs?
They're out of control. It's Mork and Mindy, and they had to come inside because they were digging. One of the things I remember so much from the book is this response with the Trump election, the first time he was elected. Do you feel like we've seen that same kind of response this time around, Luis? If not,
no,
why not?
Not at all. People are complacent. People don't care. We don't even see the same numbers at a street. We don't even see the same numbers at ICE. We started to see it, I think, a little bit in Los Angeles. But if I remember right, the night that Trump was elected here in Portland, thousands of people mobilized in the streets. When Trump made his first presidential decree barring people from 14 different countries, we shut down the airport. We're not seeing that response quite like we saw it before.
We didn't see it on Inauguration Day. I remember the first Inauguration Day, the Women's March, it shut down. We had the biggest, I think it's still considered the biggest protest in history. And then there was the night before, and it just seems like people just didn't respond this time.
I think one of the things that people have been concerned about, because it looks like they're trying to pick a fight. And there's a situation where people are trying to not take the bait. That's what you get told all the time. Because it's been a pretty quiet summer. And I'm really surprised by how, considering what they have been doing, especially where it is somewhat loud is when it comes to the ice raids. But even that is muted. If the ice raids happened in 2017,
how did things change so much so
fear
fast? I think
and I think one of the things is also, I think the other concern is everybody has been putting their eggs in that Democratic basket, and they're not doing anything except fighting those within the party who are trying to do something about them not doing anything. And I'm talking about Mandami in New York, or I can't remember the brother's name who's going to try to become mayor in Minneapolis, and that's their enemy. That is the Democratic enemy. Those who want to remove those who don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So we got that.
I disagree a little bit. I think what you're saying is absolutely correct, but I also think that people just don't care. People didn't care about us. The difference is between what's happening now, which is worse than the first Trump administration, is that we don't have a pandemic, right? We have to look at what led up to this nation rioting with nuance. And the first thing that came was COVID. So we were all scared, right? Everybody was scared that people were going to die and maybe that their lives, whatever, didn't matter or whatever. So people took the streets in that in fear, and they used George Floyd to take the streets. Now that there's no pandemic and people aren't as scared about their daily lives, we can see that they don't care about migrants or undocumented people. We can see that they don't care about African Americans. We can see that they don't care.
So now the question is, how do those that do care mobilize?
We have to mobilize. We have to put aside our BS amongst each other. Okay? And we have to get on the same team. I love sports. I love football. If you really know me, do you know how many football analogy Daryl hears every day he talks to me? Right? And the point is that on a professional football team, you have 52. On a college team, you have 100 different personalities that don't necessarily like each other, that aren't from the same background, the same class. But yet, when they play together, they're all trying to accomplish the same goal. The left, we need to learn from that. We need to learn that. We need to learn that I might not like that guy on the left of me or that person on the right of me, but I'm going to give my 100% for them when I'm out in the game. And being in the game is anything to me that you are doing to make this world a better place. If it's protesting, go at it 100% with your head. If it's passing out food, the same thing. We need to be there for each other, and we haven't been.
Well, one of the things. Oh, and I'm sorry. Go.
I think what you're saying is absolutely true, Luis. On the other side of that, I think one of the more disturbing things to me has been to see how fast some people have folded. I can think of a few places in my community that I've been in the last week that 6 months ago they had big, welcoming queer people signs. They're gone.
Mhm.
Just there's and maybe this is good. Maybe we need to know who's really in and who's really not. But that's been really disturbing to see how phony, what a facade that was for some institutions and people and businesses, and who flipped on a dime.
I super agree with you. It's super, on one end, it's super disheartening, right? Super, it's incredibly. But on the other end, it's really beneficial, right? Because it takes people that aren't serious out of the game, right? It takes people that will be like, let's go burn an ice facility down and then rat everybody out, right? It takes all those people out of the game. And so we know what we have to do. And we already know that we live in a bullshit society anyway, because it's all about social media. In 2020, I don't know about y'all, because y'all are some heroes out east. Beth, I don't know if you talk on this pod what you did, right? And I don't think that you did. You do. But I think people need to know that you put your life on the line for Cornell West. I think that's and we need more people like that, because that's what it's about, right? But we live in a society that's like, look at my TikTok, click, look at my Insta, and we are going to have those fake people, and I appreciate them leaving.
Well, one of the things that we can also do is just make sure that they are we start getting people serious about a lot of things. I mean, we was just there's a couple of things that before we go, because I think we only got like 10 minutes. How much time you have, Beth?
I can stay on till like a quarter after. I'm a soccer coach now, Luis, so I have to get to soccer practice.
Hell yeah.
I know nothing about soccer, but I'm a soccer coach.
Awesome.
For girls.
And by the way, I'm just getting news that one of our Nazis killed themselves. So I got to find out what's going on with that.
What?
Someone look. Oh, I no, you would love her, but she had a whole bunch of issues. But I'm trying to confirm that actually that she passed away.
Daryl,
but before all that,
yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to talk about three things. We have first, we want to talk about the church, or rather, what Pete Hegseth is hyping up. So I'm gonna let Beth jump on that, and then I got some information about that too. I'm thinking.
You want me to do that before we talk about what happened in New Brunswick?
Okay, we can talk about New Brunswick.
I don't want us to run out of time on that one. We can come back to Hedge Beth anytime.
Okay, so for those who don't know, we had a situation here in New Brunswick. It's more than just a situation. It's the usual crap that we always seem to deal with every once in a while. It's basically well, here in New Brunswick, we've had 5 shootings by police, and the latest one is what got people out in the streets. Her name is Deborah Terrell, and I should let people know, and you're going to see a piece of video in a minute. She is the aunt of she's a relative. I'm gonna play it safe. I believe it was an aunt of a prominent activist out here by the name of Tormel Pittman. She was shot and killed by police in her apartment. She has been living there since '83, and she she's been in the neighborhood of '83. She moved in there in 22. My bad. And she was having a mental issue, and police were approached. They pepper sprayed her, tased her, and then ultimately shot her.
I think it's really important to say too, she was 65 years old. Is that
68?
Right?
68.
And weighed less than 120 pounds, I believe I read.
Exactly. So what I'm going to show, on the 20th, we had there was a bit of a rally that was held at the police station, which is actually across the street from our office. But this is what we was seeing. This is what we saw. This is just about a minute.
Did you have audio with this, Daryl?
Yeah, let me hit that. I'm sorry. For everybody, I apologize for that. I forget that every now and again you gotta do the I'm gonna turn off the share so I can fix this. But they had where do I fix that? Where the heck do I fix that?
Can I say something here really fast about police shootings? First of all, police shootings suck. Second of all, I really think that police should be done with qualified immunity, carry their own insurance, and be required to live in the communities that they police. that was all I wanted to say about policing. And my heart.
Oh, we got
goes out
more to
the
say about
family.
this. How do I turn on I can't remember. How do I go
Daryl,
to
I think you'll
scene?
need to share your screen before you can turn on the share sound.
Okay.
You have to not be a boomer, Daryl.
I'm not. I'm junior. Okay, so I gotta hit
Daryl is doing this. You need to know this is our 4th episode, I think, and we are light years ahead on our technology. Now, Daryl, I think if you go to
I got it now. Okay, so let's try this again, y'all. I apologize. Let's rock and roll.
They killed our grandmother! Yeah. And they went home and had dinner with their family. We had Black, Latino, and Asian officers in that hallway. We had Black, Latino, and Asian officers in the hallway. And if this happened again, I give you my word. And I'm saying this in front of my wife. If this happened again, then that must mean that they killed me first. So I wouldn't know about it. Let me repeat that. If this happened again, that means that they killed me first. That's how serious I am with it. About making sure that this don't happen to nobody else. They already got my family. Even though it wasn't intentional, they got us already. But my goal is not to just focus on my family. My goal is to make sure y'all safe.
That's Tormel Pittman. And he's been out there for a long time looking out for everybody. Much love to him. What I would say, it was raining. We was just basically dealing with the whatever the hurricane was doing with us right now. But there was some things flaring up here and there, as you can guess. But people are angry. And we was only just a block away from where Asada Shakur was being held back in the day and being tried. We was not too far away from there back. So we have a history in New Brunswick, and we're tired of this being part of it, just like any community. So I'm going to have a little bit more. There'll be more information about that, and I just want to let people know that that's what's going on in my neck of the woods, so to speak. But there's other things that that I wanted to talk about before we got here, and that's when we can talk to about Hegseth. Now, Hegseth is associating himself with this weird church. I'm gonna try to get I got the name, and the name of the church. They're on 29 and a half Pennsylvania and Awasu. I can't even say that backwards. In Washington, Southeast. And it's called Christ Church in Washington. And they're very nasty. And good grief, Beth. Once again, for those who don't know, I had a stroke or two a couple of months ago, and I have a hard time talking the way I used to. So that's what all of that stuttering is.
Did you have a stroke?
So hard to get back to the language you have. I mean, you worked so hard. 2 strokes, Luis. 2 strokes.
Daryl, you can communicate wonderfully. Like I always tell you, just take a breath.
That's why I said who's instead of saying was. Oh, never mind. Beth, what is going on? Just tell the story.
So the senior pastor of this Cross Church is Doug Wilson, or he's the senior pastor of the Cross Church in Idaho, which is kind of the founding church of the Cross Church in Washington. And he describes himself as a Christian nationalist. And so he and some of these other senior pastors did this interview on CNN recently. And Pete Hedgespeth shared out a clip from it on his Twitter. and endorsed what they said. And some of the things they said were that women, they want every city, town, state, nation in the world to be Christian, even if they're forced to be. Homosexuality should be illegal, and that women shouldn't have the right to vote. That they were very, I mean, that's, I think the reason I want to mention it is because we keep seeing these things that we think are concrete. They are promised, they are there, they're in the Constitution, birthright citizenship. You know, we were already seeing that challenged. I think they'll come for the 19th Amendment. When we think about the United States, what semblance of democracy we have had, it's very young and it's very fragile. The United States was not a democracy until 1965 at best. Women have only had the right to vote for a little over 100 years. All of this is very new and very fragile, and I think they're coming for women's right to vote. Louis?
Yeah, I mean, the Constitution is just a piece of paper ultimately, right? And it's got these great ideas, and we would like to think, that it's important for all of us and that it is something for all of us, and it's not. And they don't think that it is. These men, these people think that the Constitution is solely for them and the rest of us be damned. And that's how they're living. I mean,
well, let me take it a little deeper than that, because the way I know Pete Hegseth, before he was running the military, that he himself said might have to be prepared to fight a civil war. Mm-hmm. He said that. I'm used to him working with a dude named Mark Mettler to rewrite the Constitution. And the reason why they want to put some new amendments in the end, basically just to write out any rights that we have in it. Because basically Mettler said straight up that they felt that the left has too many advantages in the Constitution.
I mean, Daryl, these people have been taking away our rights from jump, right? Like, I really did think, I thought American women would lose their minds when the right to an abortion was taken away from them. It didn't. And they use shit like that as a measuring stick.
That's like, exactly what's going on.
They were like, okay, a couple people grumbled, nothing happened. When you look at Mexico, right? Women in Mexico burned the federal district down because of how they were being treated, and they were tired of it. When we look at Trump, and you look at Trump, and you look like right next to it, like another column of like fascism, they're line in line. Trump got the police, made ICE the 17th strongest military in the world. Trump is changing history with the Smithsonian. Trump says that the mentally ill should go to El Salvador. We are in a fascist state, and very few people care.
And we're going to talk about, right quick, I just want to make this point before we go into the Smithsonian thing. There is a group. The building that the church is in DC is owned by a group called the Conservative Partner Institute. Now, this is something that former Senator Jim DeMint had started after he got fired from being the president of Heritage Foundation. It's only been around for a couple of years, so you got that old crowd coming back and trying to do certain things. So we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on that. But the fact that they're going after this the Smithsonian, that's another thing. We've been talking about it in almost every episode that we've had so far about how they want to try to mess with history. And Beth, I'm gonna let you take this one.
I want to say something real fast too. That's really important. I want to do a shout out because we don't have much good news these days, but I think it's important for us to remember who's going to save us, who we've got to fight with. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right. The Miccosukee tribe sued over alligator Alcatraz. And because of their lawsuit, you know, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna have to make its way through the system. But a federal judge has ordered this concentration camp in the Everglades dismantled because of these indigenous people's fight.
I've heard today that they're not allowing new detainees there as well.
Right.
Fantastic. And so I think when we look at indigenous people, people of color, women, immigrants, queer people, these are the people who are going to bring the fight and that have to be supported. They're the ones who will
Which is why they're not going into, when you see all the National Guard in DC, they're not actually going where the fight's going to be. They're in downtown for the tourists and the photo op, but they are not in the inner city of DC because they know that they will have a fight. It'll be real.
I would like to say this though to the few right wingers or Republican titled people that are watching or whatever, that your grandparents were anti-fascist too. They might have been racist, but they were anti-fascist. They fought Mussolini. They fought Hitler. You can be a scumbag with other views and still do the right thing. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. We would rather you not have those baby steps, but you know. But let's talk about the because we only got a few minutes. We got the Smithsonian to talk about again.
Yeah. So the Smithsonian Trump administration is ordered a review of its exhibit and contents. He signed an executive order titled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History because it wants to remove improper ideology. If that's not a fascist description for what he wants to remove, I mean, like that's just fascism that slaps you in the face, improper ideology. Part of it is that they just make slavery look so bad.
Because it was such an awesome thing. Slavery was such an awesome institution. It kept people employed. It gave people housing, clothes, and food. It was just amazing. No families got separated either. I want you guys to know that under slavery, no families were separated. It was so awesome.
I got to point out. Oh, go on.
At the 250th anniversary of the country's founding coming up next year, and he's wanting to sanitize everything in advance of this. And Smithsonian have been working on a new National Museum of American Latino and National Women's History Museum. So like all of this history that was going to be documented is being lost in addition to just the sanitizing of everything else.
And I think one of the things that we're really going to have to start saying is that, yeah, Trump is doing this, but we're saying that he's doing this because he's the president, so to speak. And in our actuality, I think there's a lot more than just Trump talking out of his ass. I mean, the fact of the matter is, when you have somebody like Stephen Miller there, who was friends with Richard Spencer back in high school, who brought Pete Primlow to Duke while he was down there. You got somebody like that there. When you have somebody, his vice president, his other employer was Peter Thiel. Oh, good grief. Peter Thiel. When you got all of that going on, I'll be honest with you. I think that we're looking at the wrong person when we say Trump. Trump is just a figurehead compared, because when he went to the African American museum, he praised it for all the things that he's trying to show.
Trump is like what you say. He's a puppet. He's like a senile, ridiculous old man, right? We see him with the Putins. That dude meets with Putin, and he is like, I love Putin. That dude meets with Zelensky, and he's like, oh, Putin's wrong, right? But he's what you say. He's a figurehead. It's other people. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's Europeans as a whole, okay? Because recently, out of the University of Virginia, there was a study that said, wow, most white Americans disagree with groups like the Klan and neo-Nazis. They agree with the topics that these groups bring up.
That's why we're having a lot of problems with Democrats.
Right. And that's why
Exactly why.
there are those same problems that cross over into the struggle for anti-fascism. Okay? We have wealthy, educated people that think they know better and are not meeting people where they are found. They are just as racist and just as arrogant as people on the right in some cases. Not across the board on the left. I don't want to make that, but there are instances, and we need to take care of our own house and become loving and caring, because we do have the better praxis. We do have an ideology that's worth living for if we live it.
And we are going to be here helping you weed through that, all that praxis and all of that. If you really want to get into this fight, when you really want to do something about what's going on, just come here next week. We'll have some more to talk about. All right.
Yo, y'all should come listen to Daryl. Like,
yes.
I've spent hours listening to him stutter through speeches, and it has been absolutely amazing. And I mean, for those of you that didn't know him before the stroke, we'll go ahead and say it. He stuttered before the stroke. He's just blaming the stroke now.
That's a lie.
Not really.
That's a lie.
No, the
but listen.
OG.
And to be real, and while I'm at it, like I said before we get out of it, we're gonna have to do all the plugs and all that right now. But I want to say, everybody, pick up Antifascism. I'm gonna try to say it. Let me stammer this. Antifascist, the memoir of the Portland uprising, 2016 to 2020. On written by, what's this name here? No, I'm sorry, Luis Enrique Marquez, and edited by Beth Foster. And also, if you buy it now, $10 of each copy will go to One People's Project. You already know that we're going through some nonsense right now, and hopefully we can get the money that we need by the 31st. And you can help if you purchased one of these beautiful books. What's the website, Luis?
So the website is antifascistmemoir.com. And it's not just for right now. So you buy a book, $10 goes to Daryl straight through the end of the year to 2000. So we're going till New Year's Eve. Because quite frankly, no one has done more for our individual communities over the last 25 years. Chances are, if there's a Nazi, if there's a fascist, a homophobe in your town who's making noise, Daryl has written about it, and you know him or of them because of Daryl. So it's really important that we support Daryl right now. And I know I sound like
and to be honest with you, support One People's Project, because to be real about it, it's bigger than me. Always has been.
Yeah. So you know what? This is a call to action. I don't care if you don't like my book. If you don't want to buy it, give One People's $10, because you have $10 to piss away, even in this economy. We all do. So instead of pissing it away, take that $10 and give it to an org that helps all of us. Right?
And I'll point out, if you guys want to donate directly, go to onepeoplesproject.com/donate. And there's something there. We also have a GoFundMe that's bouncing around here somewhere. Nobody's putting anything up because they're going to other platforms that we have, but we do have a GoFundMe as well for our situation right now. We also have merch. We have shirts. We have hats. We have, well, our one skull hat just says Antifa on the top of it. So, and bumper stickers and a whole bunch of other stuff. So
come by it. Yeah, you know what? Support. Y'all
subscribe to the Substack.
Oh yes, yes. Now, what's up with the Substack subscribe? Because we got some people that have been subscribing. So
I subscribed.
Excellent, beautiful, and I forgot how, Beth. How does the subscriptions break down?
options people can choose. I believe our options start with like $5. You can subscribe for free. I mean, that's the thing Daryl and I decided at the beginning is there's not a paywall because what we are sharing, we believe on Anti-Fascism OG, we need to save it. We need it to save the country. That's what it's going to take, anti-fascism. But you can support One People's Project. You can support Idavox. You can support the fight against fascists by subscribing to the Substack. I think for paid subscribers, it starts, our lowest tier is $5 a month. There's also, we created the Ida Brigade, I believe we called it, for founding members. And that is kind of what you set it at. I think we recommended like $250 maybe. But there's lots, you can, whatever fits your budget, whatever you're able to contribute to the fight against fascists, we will accept and be grateful for that help.
You guys,
and
there
also,
are a lot of groups out there. I want to say this for you guys, for you really fast, Daryl, that there are a lot of groups out there. And I've been around for a minute and no one comes through. No one's been around. No one's been as solid as OPP. So you know what? A lot of you guys run your lips about, yo, I want to help. I want to do this. Cool. You can't be out in the streets. No worries. Send these people $5. Send OPP $5. Stop running your gums. Have some action, because that thing that's driving you inside, that guilt, it'll go away because you
also,
helped out.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. But I also want one more thing before we get out of it. One last thing. If you subscribe, if you're a paid subscriber, you can see a documentary called "We Don't Walk in Fear." It's a half-hour documentary about myself that was put together by students over in Villanova. So you get it. No one really has ever seen it. So if you want to get a look, and it's good, it's real good. You love it. So I guess that's it, because we all got to bounce out of here. I got to go pick up.
Well, I feel really bad now that I haven't seen it, and we talk every day. You never mentioned it to me. Well, all right.
I have.
Well, I was a cheapskate. I did the free sign up, but I'll go sign up for $5 now so I can watch it.
Cool. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll all love it. My mother's on it, in it.
Yes. I think we need your mom as a guest one night.
Oh my God, that would be so awesome. And for people that don't know, I know Daryl's kind of mentioned this, and I'm going to mention this again. Be on the lookout for next year, because next year, Daryl's biography is coming. The same team, the same 3 glass nerds that you see here will be putting this together. And Daryl's book is worth the read, y'all. I'm working on it. I know the inside. You guys are gonna want that shit.
All right, y'all. Everybody, take care. We will see you next week. Might even have a better set when it comes to video and all of that. We'll figure it out. But all right, y'all. Take care, everybody. Peace out.